everyone, it's Daisy here. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be making this Domo earphone cable holder. So this is a collab video with GiGi from BerryWhimsy, and she made an awesomely cute Domo Bento Box, so make sure to check out her channel and her video. I'll link it down below. So yeah, let's get on to making this Domo cable holder. The first thing you will need is some clay in these colors, the color of Domo, some blending tools as well as like a rolling pin of some sort, and some cutters. What you will need to do is to roll out your brown clay into a long sausage sort of shape. This will vary in size and the size that you want to make the Domo cable holder to be. So I don't have a rolling pin yet. I haven't had a rolling pin ever in my clay adventures, but so I am using a tool here, just a random clay tool, and just rolling out this piece of brown clay into kind of like a rectangle shape. So here is the rectangle shape here. I'm smoothing out the edges as well as just rounding the sides of the rectangle to make Domo's body. The next thing you want to do is to start making the mouth and teeth. So first we're going to get the red clay and just roll it out flat. We want to make sure that it covers the width of Domo's body. So we're going to roll it out again until it's the right size, and once we've rolled it out, just make sure you remove all the bubbles and stuff and just roll it further if you do end up getting bubbles. But after that, we want to then slice it with the cutter and make it like a rectangle, a long rectangle sort of shape. So this is what I'm doing now, just making the long rectangle sort of shape. And then I'm going to be placing this red clay on top of the brown clay in the spot where I want Domo's mouth to go. So I'm thinking about just above the center is a good spot. And then I'm getting the cutting tool and I'm cutting about maybe half an inch off the bottom of the mouth, and then I'm going to do the same to the top of the mouth. So this is the section where we're going to be wrapping the cord around Domo's body. So we're going to be cutting that out. And we're going to be doing it to the other side as well. I would recommend taking your time cutting this and making sure everything is perfect, because it will look a lot better in the end. So now I'm getting my X-Acto knife and just cutting down the side, and this is going to be forming the indentation of the mouth. So, you know, I went through a few times with the X-Acto knife, then I ripped the rest of the clay out, and I did this for the other side as well, making sure I did it carefully and slowly. Try not to squeeze too much on the body so it doesn't warp Domo's actual brown body, and if you have any little straggly bits left behind, just cut that out with the X-Acto knife as well. Then I went in with my blending tool and I just blended out the little imperfections, and that was it for that. For the teeth, we're going to be rolling out some white clay, and make sure your white clay is clean. If it's not clean, I would recommend using some acetone and just wiping the dust particles off with a Q-tip. So for the teeth, you want to create a rectangle, and the width of the rectangle is of the width of Domo's actual mouth, so that's how you can kind of eye it or measure it. Then out of that, I'm going to create even more rectangles to have the kind of height for the teeth. So I'm kind of like eyeballing it whilst measuring it. Kind of go with your intuition with these sort of projects, but yeah, I'm pretty much just cutting out tiny little rectangular sort of squares, and then out of that I'm going to be cutting out a triangle. So the triangles on Domo's face, there's about 4 on the top row and 4 on the bottom row. So you want to cut out about 4 and 4, so 8 altogether of triangles that are sort of like the same size. And if it's not the same size, it's okay, you know, Domo can have crooked teeth too, like real people. We get braces, maybe Domo can have crooked teeth. If yours are crooked, don't worry about it, it makes your project unique. But I got mine as straight as I could. Again, take your time for this particular step because it can be very tedious and fiddly with your hands and the tools, and working with white clay is super hard. So yeah, just take your time, and most importantly, just have fun with it. Now that all the teeth are on, I'm just going to be pushing them down and kind of straightening them out with the blending tool. so it looks amazing. Next, I'm going to be putting on Domo's eyes. So you can have the eyes two ways. So I just put black round dots as Domo eyes, but you can put a little tinier little dot into Domo's eyes as kind of the shine to his eyes, which some Domos have. Last but not least, we want to cut out two little legs for Domo. So we're not going to have any arms for Domo, but that's okay. He doesn't need arms. He's got his mouth. The mouth is good enough to be scaring all the civilians out of cities. That's what he likes to do. But we are just cutting out his legs, so use the X-Acto knife to do that. And again, this can be really tedious. Be careful that you don't squish his body too much and warp the design. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So make sure to bake it according to your package instructions, and that is it. That is the little Domo cable holder. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you want to see more, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to check out GiGi's channel. I'll link it down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!